guys, it's Bonnie and I'm back with another video. So today I wanted to talk about a goal that's really important to me. I don't know if you guys would classify it more as a travel goal or as a personal goal, but I feel like it definitely ties into this channel a lot, so you guys know I'm all about travel. I keep talking about how I'm going to go to South America soon, and so one thing that has been on my mind is learning new languages. I currently only speak English, but yet I still want to travel the world, and that is something that really worries me. So I have been using Duolingo, not in any way sponsored by them. I have the free version on both my phone and my laptop, and I have been using the Spanish app for about a year and a half now, but I've recently decided I want to learn Chinese as well, so I want to talk a little bit about why I've decided I want to learn these languages and also how I'm doing with them, and hopefully you guys will help motivate me to keep going. So first of all, I am from Florida. I realize there are places in Florida where Spanish is very useful, for example Miami. However, I am from an area in Florida where Spanish really was not useful at all. I can't think of a single person I knew in my hometown who spoke Spanish fluently. So prior to moving to Colorado, my experience with Spanish was pretty much Dora as a child, and then my 2 semesters of Spanish in high school because I was told I needed it for college. Beyond that, I hadn't been really exposed to Spanish, and I hadn't really paid too much attention in those because it didn't really seem necessary. I didn't know anyone who spoke Spanish, so it wasn't something I was like trying to retain that hard. As soon as I moved to Colorado when I was 19, I realized that I am at a huge disadvantage not speaking Spanish. Pretty much everyone in Colorado either speaks Spanish natively or has learned it. I'd say probably 50 to 60% of the population, at least in the area I am in Colorado, can speak Spanish fluently, and we get a lot of tourists from South America, Mexico City, places like that. So it really is important in job settings and just in communicating throughout the town to be able to speak Spanish. So when I moved here, I downloaded my Duolingo app. I started slowly working through it. At January of this year, I was at 100 crowns in Duolingo. My goal for the year was I would have 200 crowns in Spanish. Recently, I have decided I want to go on a fairly long trip in South America and Mexico. It's probably going to be between 3 and 6 months. I anticipate leaving around October, November 2019, and then I don't really know when I get back. I'm not too focused on it. Sometime in 2020, I will return to the States. In that time, I have a long list of things I want to do, you know, pretty much my bucket list of South America and Mexico, and I don't want to feel like a lost tourist while I'm down there. So I want to be able to speak fairly fluently to the people while I'm there. So I've been really focusing on my Spanish this year. I am currently at 177 crowns in Spanish on Duolingo, so I've decided, since I'm running through it so fast, I'm going to try to hit 300 by the end of the year, which I think is totally doable. So that explains why I've decided to learn Spanish. So the next question, which is a totally valid question, why on earth do I want to learn Chinese? So the main reason is I have a cousin who's about 6 months younger than me. Me and her are super close. Like, I text her every single day, and she has asked me if I want to go with her to China because she was adopted from China and she wants to learn about her heritage and her culture, but she's also afraid to go alone. So you guys know me, you know I'm a traveler. I'm like, hell yeah, let's go see the Great Wall of China and see some giant pandas. Sounds awesome. So the more I think about this, the more we plan, the more we think about how long we logistically want to be there, because, you know, this is her culture. Like, she doesn't want to rush through it, and that's totally understandable. The more I realize that I feel like I need to know a little bit of the language. So in this past week, I have started doing Spanish on Duolingo, I've started doing Chinese on Duolingo as well. I currently only have 4 crowns in Chinese. Ni hao. That's about all I got for you. So that is not something that I am good at, but that is something where my hope is by the time we go to China in 2 or 3 years, maybe I can speak like a toddler in China, which is great, because if I can say, where's the bathroom? Can I have a bowl of rice? I'm going to get so much further than I currently would in China. So that's kind of why I've chosen those languages. You can see here, I have literally just started Chinese. That is my whole paperwork of, this is what I know in Chinese, and I don't know those characters at all. Some of those words I kind of know, but that is me getting started, and this is why I've chosen these languages. Also, another really good reason is I've read on multiple websites that Chinese, Spanish, and English are the 3 most commonly spoken languages in the world. I don't know which order of like which is the first most commonly, which is the third most commonly spoken, but those are the 3 most commonly spoken languages in the world, which means if I know all 3 of those, there's a very good chance that no matter where I am in the world, I will come in contact with someone who I can communicate with. So for example, even though Portuguese is the official language of Brazil, my Spanish 2 teacher in high school was actually from Brazil. So she explained to me that because Spanish and English are both so interconnected with Portuguese that most people either can technically speak one of those languages, or you can talk to somebody who only speaks Portuguese and get by. So even though I am going to be in Brazil for, you know, maybe a month or so this summer, or sorry, in about a year, I'm not too worried about it because I should be able to communicate. Also, in Africa, a lot of people speak English, and in Asia, a lot of people, if they're going to learn a second language, would probably pick either English or Chinese just because they're very relevant. So I feel like no matter where in the world I go, I'm going to be able to communicate with people and get by. So I feel like by knowing these languages, I'm going to put myself in a position where I can get by anywhere in the world and hopefully communicate with pretty much anyone in the world, which I feel like is an important goal, an important skill to have as a traveler. So this is why I am setting this crazy goal for myself. This is why I am doing these things. Comment below if you guys are learning any languages. Maybe we can chat it up in some other language. That'd be fun. Maybe we can speak back and forth in Spanish or Chinese and help each other learn. Also hit that like and subscribe button. I'll talk to you guys again soon.